loves, welcome to my channel. My name is Mariana and you're watching Lucifer's Library. In today's video, we will be discussing my August TBR. If you don't know, I have all the unread books on my bookshelf sorted based on the vibe they give me, the way I associate them with each other, and each pile has up to 5 books. And I let my sister pick out my July TBR. I don't think that I will be finishing it. I did read 1 book and I think I'm going to read another book, but there are 2 books left that I don't think that I will be able to finish in a timely manner. So they will be put back on the shelf for a later date. Which is fine. I have decided that I'm not going to force myself to read all of these books if I do not manage them. I will, however, be talking about yet another pile my sister has chosen for this month, but we will also be choosing a few bookish prompts for a few more books. Let's talk about the first book in the pile that my sister has chosen for this month. That is this book. This used to be in one of my unhauls on my other channel, YA Book Princess, and I've just kept it because it is a romance book and I wanted to read it before I unhaul it. This is a 2 book in 1 book. 2 in 1. 2 stories in 1. And it is The Braddock Boys, Brent and Travis by Kimberly Raye. I got this at a secondhand store. The reason why I'm picking this up is because I'm also filming a video for it that has a certain theme. And yeah, all in all, I want to read this book. I don't really know what it's about, but romance, that's all I know. Up next we have a book that my sister had unhauled, but I was offered to keep it and I did, and that is You Can Keep a Secret by Karen M. McManus. I haven't read any of Karen McManus books. I do keep seeing this author's books everywhere, however, so I want to give this a chance, and I love that it has sprayed edges. This is the only book that I now own that has sprayed edges, and I'm going to read it hopefully this month, I mean in August. Moving on, we have Breathe by Crossan. This is a dystopian or apocalyptic book. It's about survival. I don't know much about it. Again, for all of these books, I'm not going to go into detail what they're about because I do not want to spoil myself. I never read what they're about. I don't want to hesitate picking it up. So this is just a very shallow TBR overview. Book number 4 that I'm going to be reading is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn, Hugo. I recently talked about this book. I only bought it because of the hype. I usually have FOMO and this isn't the genre that I would normally pick up. However, I do want to give it a try. And the last book that we'll be reading, or not necessarily in that order, is Follow Me Back by Aveyard. This, I believe, is a thriller. I actually have this signed to me and my sister because we bought it when we went to WotCon. We met the author and it is signed. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And yeah, it's been on my TBR for ages. Okay, now that that is done, I do want to have a bit more selection. I do not need to read these books, but these are just bonus books. So I'm going to be choosing 3 more books out of the little prompts that I have here. I have so many prompts. On the back you can see there are numbers, and I could just use random number generator to choose a prompt for me, but how I'm gonna do it is this, like, you know, like you would the cards, mix them up. The one prompt that comes up on the desk is the one that I'm going to be choosing. So the first prompt that comes up. Okay, we have shortest book on TBR. Shortest book. I have my TBR over there and not over here. So this is the first prompt that we have. The first prompt was shortest book on TBR, and that ended up being Cruel Crown by Victoria Aveyard. This is a novella for the Red Queen. I think this is the proper order in reading this. First you read Red Queen and then you read Cruel Crown and then you move on to other books. So this is the shortest book that I have. It is 54 pages long, so that's for this prompt. Let's do the second one now. Okay, we have on TBR for a long time. The next prompt I had was on TBR for a long time. I have so many books that I could choose for this one, but I had decided to choose Soundless by Richelle Mead because this is truly an OG book that my sister had bought a long time ago, had on her shelf. But even though I only got it to my shelf recently because my sister had given it to me, I really do want to give it a chance and read it. I absolutely love the cover. I think it's stunning, and I do want to check this book out. And the third prompt, bonus prompt, is... Wait, we have 2. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have 4 bonus prompts. First in a series. And Instagram votes for a book. Now, when it comes to Instagram votes for a book, I'm going to be selecting 3 or 4 books of my choice, and Instagram is going to choose the one that I need to read. I'm going to be running a poll for about 2 hours so that this video doesn't take too long, and I'll be checking in later. Now, let me get the books and let's talk when I come back. The next bonus prompt is first in a series. For that, I had chosen These Broken Stars. I really want to read this because my sister absolutely adores it, has tried many times to make me give her this series, but I did buy them in hardcover, all of them, all 3 books, and so I really want to give them a chance before I decide what I want to do with them. I wasn't in the mood for sci-fi for such a long time. However, I did fall in love with sci-fi again over the past year, the past 12 months, and I really want to give this a chance. I think it's the perfect time to pick this book up if I'll have the time. Okay, and the last prompt is Instagram votes for a book. The 4 books of my choice that I had chosen were Undercover Princess by Connie Glynn. This is a series that my sister had bought, and she had decided to give them to me. She thinks this is something that I will enjoy. The next book that I have chosen for Instagram to vote for is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. Again, this is something that is a little bit more fantasy. It's not as light as Undercover Princess, but it is a fantasy book that I had been wanting to read for such a long time. And I am really happy that I own it because this edition, the white edition, is absolutely stunning, and I would love to continue reading because I've just heard it gets better and better with every book in the series. Next one, we have The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I thought this was a classic. Until I heard recently somebody say that it's not a classic and that people have been just feeling really passionate about this book. So I don't know, I don't think my Instagram audience will vote for it, but maybe they will. However, it is massive. Okay, it's not 800 pages, but okay, I guess 650 is fine. And the last book that I have given my Instagram audience the offer of voting for, the choice to vote for, is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I tried reading this book last year. I got 70 pages in. I didn't like it that much because there wasn't enough romance, so I just put it down. However, my sister did read it recently and she absolutely loved all 3 books. So that made me a little bit more excited for it. And I don't know, you know, I'm fine with each and every book. Any book that gets chosen out of these 4, I will be fine with, because they are all books that I had chosen for them to vote for, and I'll be really happy with any choice that comes up. Now let's just check Instagram and see what people have chosen for me. For a while, Undercover Princess was in the lead. The book that got least amount of votes is The Poppy War, and tied with Undercover Princess is The Name of the Wind. I'm not surprised that Instagram voted for The Cruel Prince. Listen, it's on brand with the kind of audience that I have, with the kind of followers that I have. It is completely on brand, and I'm fine with it, like I said. This is an interesting selection of books for August. I'm going to Croatia in August, which is why I wanted to get bonus prompts. But let me just assemble all of these books. Essentially, my TBR is going to be, in no particular order, these books. A massive TBR. The first 5 are books that I do want to read, books that I do want to at least give a chance and at least read 50 pages. If I'm not vibing, I can put it down for later. However, I want to at least give them a chance. And currently right now, looking at this stack, there is no one book that I'm hesitant to read. I'm actually really happy. And once I do finish all of those, I am going to probably first read this one, and then for the rest I'll figure something out. I'll probably let my sister or Instagram choose. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. If you want to support me, like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell to keep yourself notified.